When I did a show downtown recently, and I left with some audience members, and I did a bunch of cocaine afterwards. Don't lightly snicker at that, ma'am. This is this is not a cocaine body, right? This is an antacid body. This is I've had something spicy to eat and I need to lay down. That's what kind of body this is. You don't put cocaine in a body like this. You put cocaine in a body like this, and David Spade loses his best friend. That's what happens. It was 97. You can tell I've gotten that answer before. No, you put cocaine in a body like this, and there's just a vacant van down by the river. That's what. No, I was doing cocaine with these cokeheads, right? And I'm a pothead, so I don't know the etiquette. I just like being part of the rotation. It just kept going around and around and around. And I did way too much cocaine, just an exorbitant amount of cocaine. I don't know cocaine measurements, though. I only know fat boy measurements because I'm a fat boy. So I would say I did enough cocaine to powder one donut. About one powdered donut of cocaine, please, sir. Is that all my little heart can handle? No, I don't want to develop too many problems with drugs. I already know that I have a problem with weed because I run out of groceries before I run out of weed. Anyone else? And there's nothing quite like having the munchies in a fridge full of condiments. For example, if I make a pesto and salsa sandwich, is that Mexican-Italian fusion? Is that how cooking works? I put it on sourdough. I'm trying. No, I know I have a problem with weed because I don't remember my dreams anymore. I only remember my nightmares and my sex dreams. And don't get me started on my sex nightmares. Those are terrifying for their own reason. I'm going down on a girl and I pull down her panties and her vagina just has a pop quiz for me I didn't study for. That's awful. I'm single. I'm a single man, and I've been single for about a year, and my girlfriend and I had to end things because we got to a point in our relationship where we were having depression meals. And that's that's when you're like, hey, appetizer's cheaper if you split it, but I don't love you anymore. That's a depression meal. And our depression meal was a gingerbread house that we didn't even build. We ate away at the foundations of that house as we ate away at the foundations of our relationship. She tried to break up with me one time because she caught me with a fleshlight. Easily the silliest way to make a girl cry, gentlemen. I wouldn't recommend doing it. I wouldn't recommend. And what is the protocol getting caught with a fleshlight, mid-stroke? You can't be like, baby, wait! How do you pull that one off? And of course I finished. I warmed it up in the sink for 20 minutes first. Come on, those are just man hours you're losing there. No, I have been dating. I've been dating a bit. I was with a girl pretty recently, and at the end of our arrangement, I asked her a pretty simple question. I asked her, where would you like me to come, madam? Because I'm a gentleman. And she responded, dealer's choice is what she said. She said, dealer's choice. So we just played 52 million sperm pickup is what we did. Honestly, I'm just surprised I'm the sperm that made it. I haven't won a race since. It's not going to happen. I've tried. And I can't even act like that was my accomplishment, right? That was my dad's accomplishment. Can't keep riding daddy's cum tails. Can't keep riding the cum tails. You're probably thinking, what kind of a dastardly, disgusting man would use a fleshlight? And I am from Florida. I'm a Floridian. If you want to fill in the gap there for you. People don't know this, actually. The fleshlight is a Floridian instrument. It is the Floridian didgeridoo. That's what it is. Just don't put your mouth on it. Don't do that. No, I grew up in Florida, unfortunately. And when you grow up in Florida, you have a racist grandfather. That's just how the dice are rolled. You have no choice in the matter. And my racist grandfather, he saw me playing with a Michael Jordan doll that talked. And he looked me in my 8-year-old eyes and told me I was going to grow up to be a gay race mixer. And I just like Space Jam. I had no idea that fucking racist was talking about. What is a gay race mixer? That's just a really awesome party that I'm not invited to. Nobody wants me there. It takes place on a boat, I assume. It's a bunch of beautiful men of all shades of color wearing all white for the contrast. And it was funny to me because in the adjacent room, my cousins were playing with wrestling dolls from the 90s. And if you remember those are the most homoerotic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, they've got hard nipples and their pecs jut out so you could rub your thumbs on them. The arms are made out of used dildo rubber. They snap back. And my cousins had these in their mouths. But I was the one that had to have a little sit down with Grandpa. I've been crying a lot. Anyone else been crying a lot? You know, like sad people in here? Yeah, let's give it up for the sad people. It's the season. It's the season for crying. I cry on the bus a lot. You guys take CryMet? It's my pupils are percolating on public transit is what's happening. That's what's going on. It's perfect weather for this, though. You get your hood up and you can just block out the world. It's fantastic. I've been coming up with some superheroes that are like part of my personality, like an extension of my personality. Like, what kind of a superhero would I be? And the first superhero that comes to mind is Sad Boy. Is the first one I came up with. Sad Boy, his power comes from emotional labor, but someone else does that so he can save his strength. And his only weakness is a woman telling him, "I'm not your mother." His superpower is atomic cry, which makes his friends and enemies leave the room. Yeah. The other superhero is Open Mic Man. Open Mic Man spilled a radioactive PBR on himself during a particularly bad set. His only strength comes from an undeserved sense of confidence. And his only weakness is a clever heckler. During the day, he's mild-mannered Kyle Adams, but at night, he's that fucking guy. Oh, man. I had a fat moment the other day. I have a fat moment every day when I wake up, but I had a fat moment. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I took my shirt off, and I realized that my titty stretch marks now touch my belly stretch marks, forming a cage around the body I was supposed to have. Like, just a bunch of scaly highways that are now complete after years of construction. It looks like Wolverine slid down my torso like a kitty cat on a curtain. It's fucking gross. It's not for anyone. I reached a new low the other day. On Friday, I did a show where I was competing against poets and musicians, and I got roasted by poets for being sad. There's nothing quite like hitting rock bottom to a bunch of people snapping their fingers. Like that's an awakening moment. No, the reason that they made fun of me for being sad was I closed out with a bit about my mom dying, and I thought it was pretty cheery, but they didn't not think so much. So let's get into that material. I'll close out with that. So my mom died when I was 13 years old. A very religious family. My mom died essentially just from smoking way too many cigarettes and stress and all that stuff. But she was constantly smoking like a chain smoker, smoked 3 packs a day. And when she died, my family, they were very religious. They told me, to comfort me, they told me, "Kyle, just know this, and this will make you feel better. Just know that Mom went to heaven." And I told them the amount that she smoked, I say that she went to flavor country when she died, honestly. Which is ironic. She was actually cremated, which is very ironic because now she essentially resides in a giant ashtray. And you're not going to like the last one. Okay, so everybody, this one I like. So everybody's concerned with like Facebook and social media getting all of your secrets, right? Like Cambridge Analytica is downloading all your cat pictures and whatnot. Here's the thing. I don't think that you should be that worried about it. They don't know that much about you. Because right up until Mother's Day, all I got was Mother's Day ads, left and right, Mother's Day ads. This year, at Jared's Jewelers, get something that'll melt Mom's heart, Kyle. Get something that will melt Mom's heart. And I think the crematorium took care of that 16 years prior, I would say.